Beware the Ides of March, all.
So edumacated.
So does nobody... I brought it up right before we started recording, and both of you gave me like a when I said this is coming out on the Ides of March.
I know it's a reference because of The Simpsons, when Lisa tells Homer to beware the Ides of March, and he's like, no.
I mean, how many times does Shakespeare have to come up on this show for you to start reading Shakespeare?
He's the director that did Romeo and Juliet, right? With Leonardo DiCaprio?
We're directed by Shakespeare.
I feel like there's a big difference between reading Shakespeare and knowing what the hell's going on.
Understanding references from Shakespeare, yeah.
I want you all to read the Cliff Notes of Shakespeare.
That's the only way.
The Ides of March was March 15th, and that was the day that Julius Caesar was told to beware of, because that's the day he was murdered. So
it's to reference.
So
yeah,
you know that? You knew Macbeth the other week.
I bring up 3 witches, and all of a sudden I know about Macbeth.
I thought you were a fellow lover of the bard, Greg. So I will be stabbing you at the end of this episode.
Yay!
Can I?
We'll take turns. It'll be like Murder on the Orient Express. We'll all take turns stabbing Greg at the end. That's another reference.
Doing it right.
Anyone get this reference?
Yeah. Trains. I get it.
Okay, so I'm Daniel Zaffron.
Beto Sistos.
Greg Gonzalez.
And this is Candy's Dandy. Greg, you went on too long. We'll give him one more stab for me.
Yeah, one more stab.
It's the lingering ghost. The quality of like, there's something left over from.
Yeah. So this is the world's only candy review podcast. Mm-hmm. So if you're just tuning in to the first episode here, we'll talk a little bit. As you've heard, we talk about Shakespeare a lot. We're going to do some candy news. We have a candy each episode. We're going to give the history. We're going to taste it. We're going to review it. Then we're going to play a game. And that's all you get.
If you like candy, you live in the world, and you listen to podcasts, this is for you.
Yep. Until Jamila Jamil makes a candy podcast, we'll be the only one.
Oh, did you hear that Barack Obama's doing a candy review podcast with Bruce Springsteen?
Man. Candy in cars with comedians? Dude, what?
Candy's driving cars over comedians? It's like celebrity deathmatch. But for the top of the show,
Top of the show to you.
I believe. We held back on all of the Southern impressions in the last one. We banked it for that. So we've got a correction that, Beto, you caught on your own.
Yep.
But also a listener called us out on it.
Really?
Yeah, the British candy connoisseur. She said...
there's no such place as England.
You already caught it. You just misspoke, but
I did,
for clarity's sake. For clarity's sake.
For steak and eggs, I have mentioned that Joseph Fry helped lay the foundation for Lindt. Incorrect.
This is from the Ghirardelli episode.
Right.
It was Cadbury.
Oh, okay.
Right.
English. I mean, come on. How did I slip?
Okay, Greg. Now you give him one extra stab.
Okay. On behalf of the Cadbury Company.
Yeah.
Oh, and then also in the Ghirardelli episode, there was a question about the eagle.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So what's the deal? Why is this eagle there?
Is the Misfits song Where Eagles Dare about that?
See, now that's a reference I don't get.
Cool guy here.
No, what, cooler than Shakespeare?
According to what I found, the flying eagle on the Ghirardelli logo is intended to highlight the transition of the original founder of the company into the American landscape.
Okay.
Huh? But like by eagle? Like Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, like Lord of the Rings.
Ghirardelli's branding focuses heavily on the story of the founder traveling from Italy to the United States.
Okay.
Right.
Where he
by eagle?
By eagle.
He adopted the eagle as like representative of like, I'm in America now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I've assimilated.
Yes.
Oh, thank mama. I've assimilated.
Now I want to stab Greg.
Just like my old ruler, Julius Caesar.
The eagle is a symbol of patriotism in the United States, as well as an image commonly associated with pioneering, discovery, creativity, and freedom.
Okay, so he's pandering. He's trying to tell people, like, I'm not Italian, I'm American.
He's selling candy in America,
Right.
so
as an American, I appreciate it. Yeah, dude.
One of us.
Change your name to Tom Cruise.
I would like the Ghirardelli to have his traditional emblem of Italy, which is just a giant salami.
Yeah, I bet.
The national bird of England. No, actually, what I want, the national, not of England, the national image of Italy is Julius Caesar being stabbed in the back. So that's the top of the show that we've got, right?
That's the top of the show for you.
That's the top of the show. So now we've, of course, got some candy news.
Hi.
No way.
I hear you had trouble with your last
Wait a minute.
candy boy, so
Wait a
I'm
minute.
here to deliver candy news to you.
Yeah, this guy has a distinctly American orphan accent.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait a minute. Does he show us your eagle? Where are you from? Show us your eagle.
The eagle's in the shop right now. They can't come out.
What kind of shop? It's not one of those salami shops from Italy, is it?
No, it's not SHOPPE.
Oh, wait a minute. What era of America are you from? Because it could go either way. You don't rap, do you? You sing country songs?
Like presents? Wrapped like presents?
What do you call Lay's potato?
Fries.
Okay, yeah, good. Look, Lay's potato fries.
Yep, this all makes sense.
He is an American.
Yep.
Well, thanks for the news, American little boy. So this news, of course, they all have a title. I'm
excited.
This one's called Now That's What I Call a Lawsuit.
I have blood in my mouth. Every time you do one of these, I spit up like a tooth.
You're going to like this one. Yeah. So again, Mars Wrigley.
Dude, they're always in the news.
They're always they're being fined again.
What'd they do this time?
$14,500 by OSHA for an incident that happened last June when two workers in the M&M Mars factory in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, fell into a giant vat of chocolate.
It's my dream. They got fined for having a dream.
I know.
Was it Acoustus Gloop?
Get those workers out of the tube.
No, we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Leave us in here. People are trying to rescue them. They're like batting the nets away. Get away. I'm living my dream.
They jumped. Come
Yeah,
on.
they jumped. Yeah.
If this is how I die, just give my widow $14,500.
They're coughing up flake.
Oh, that's where flake comes from.
So the workers, they were not regular employees.
They were little boys on a tour.
They had
It was bring your son to work day.
It was one worker. He was really tall. He was wearing a trench coat. He seemed to have 4 arms and a drawn-on mustache.
He liked to whisper to himself, to his lower parts.
Yeah, he kept talking to his belly button. Left, he kept saying. But these were contractors who were told to clean a tank that they were not properly trained on the safety of, and that's when they both fell into a vat of chocolate.
Oh, I'll clean the tank. Like the way I clean a plate. I'll clean this tank.
There won't be a spot left. They had to cut a hole in the bottom
my
to
God.
get them out, and both had to go to the hospital. It was a tank used to mix the ingredients for Dove chocolate, which explains why all your Dove chocolate lately has tasted like overalls.
That's why my Valentine's Day was ruined.
Oh, man.
I got a little overall in my Dove chocolate.
This tastes like contract worker. It sounds, on surface, but the thing is, it was a mixing vat, so it wasn't just like bubbling, or like,
Oh, right.
you were being mixed into a Dove bar.
Yeah.
Was it actively mixing?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
They had to rescue them from the bottom. They couldn't just yank them out.
I don't know we were all thinking of a cartoon version of what happens when you fall into a vat of chocolate. I'm sure it's less like the creation of the Joker and Augustus Gloop and more like, oh my God, we got to get the jaws of life.
Yeah. Okay.
And eat them out.
Just throw a bunch of straws in there. They'll drink their way out.
All right, get the jaws of life, and everyone just puts in their dentures. It was Dove chocolate, and they were probably. Does anyone wonder why Dove cries? That could have been that could have been an alternate title.
Dove, I don't know. Sometimes they taste good. There's the one it looks like soap, but it tastes like soap.
I don't know what
Always
you're talking
super
about.
waxy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
It's
Well,
always
I
super
see.
waxy and kind of bubbly.
I'm being pranked.
You're being punked right now.
They make white
like a white
shower chocolate.
Oh, that sounds pretty good. I've been looking for a new shower chocolate. Do they do shower chocolate gel also?
Yeah. It's meant to go as an ingredient. Yeah,
It's chocolate for washing.
This company sounds great. I didn't realize that all that Dove I had what was I doing to put in my bathroom sink? I could be eating that in the shower.
Yeah.
So that's candy news. The guys are alive. So
Here's the news. They're alive.
So this episode is my choice of candy.
It's always your choice.
Suck.
I've this all along. If you look back on the slightly askew angle on all the episodes we've done, you'll see me pulling the strings all along.
Yeah. You're actually Olivia Lind. You sent the Google clusters in?
Yeah. If you'll arrange the letters,
Yeah.
you'll see. So okay, this is my thinking behind this. Have you been to Japan?
I have not. No.
Sorry, I didn't.
I'm just a pleb.
I see planes from afar and I think about what if I was on one?
I mean, okay, so when you're sitting on the farm thinking about travel, you're watching the twin sunset.
Yeah. I'm watching the Wright brothers turn bicycle wheels into a plane, and I'm thinking one day I'll go to Japan.
So when I was in Japan,
Oh my God.
I don't remember if I had this specific chocolate, but I wanted to pick something because candy in Japan is such a big deal.
Is it?
Even Tony McDowell, who told a LA Meekly listener who told us in person, I don't like listening to your show.
Yeah.
But
Ouch.
His daughter does. His daughter listens to this. So hello.
Take that.
Hello, daughter McDowell. You will carry on the good McDowell family name, not like your father.
She throws celery in the trash right now. You hear that, Dad?
No more vegetables.
I brush my teeth with candy now.
But he was telling us that like he suggested actually we should do a Japanese thing because Japanese candy is so like the culture behind Japanese candy is so intense.
Yeah.
Like with anything in Japan, the culture behind it is so intense, not just in the making of it, but in like the fandom behind these things. So I wanted to cash in on that callously. So we're doing Meiji chocolates.
Okay.
We have the milk chocolate, the standard milk chocolate. You've got the high milk, and you have Meiji black.
Meiji black chocolate. Not dark.
It's black. It is darker than dark. So let's get into the history of Meiji.
Okay.
Made you look, yes. But now I'll Meiji taste.
They listen to this podcast, Daniel.
Look,
this isn't an open mic in the valley. You're not allowed to try wordplay.
I don't know people listen to it. I know one girl listens to it, and she likes this, and her dad does not. But what daddy don't like, daughter loves.
We're bad boys, huh?
Yeah, we're the bad boy. We're the bad boys of podcasting.
We're the Tiger Beat centerfold on a kid's wall.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's a Tiger Beat poster of us, and next to it, it's Julius Caesar getting stabbed by Brutus. All kids love this. So to begin, let's just say that chocolate and dairy in general, up until very recent history, has not been a big part of Japanese culture.
Okay.
I mean, you don't see, when you get Japanese food, there's not a lot of dairy in it.
Sure.
Asian food in general, it's not a huge thing. From the years of 1639 to 1853, Japan had a strict policy known as sakoku, not seppuku.
Yeah, I had a weird question.
Seppuku is what we do after this episode. So sakoku, which almost entirely isolated themselves and their culture from the rest of the world. That was their, like, we don't want what you have. You're not getting what we have. We are staying the same for 200 years.
Yeah.
However, one notable exception, and then we're going to go crazy. However, one notable exception was that they allowed trade with the Dutch, which is how the first chocolate snuck its way into the country in the late 1700s. That's
Any explanation on why the Dutch?
I don't know.
Specifically?
Maybe they're the good ones.
The good ones, yeah.
I don't know why that. Maybe they had something because the Dutch East Indies or whatever trading company, that was a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
so maybe they figured we'll let one who can give us everything in. I don't know. Or maybe they like the shoes. I don't know.
They do have good shoes.
They have great shoes. Oh, wait, that's the Dutch.
That's the Dutch with the clogs.
Clogs, windmills, Anne Frank. We got them all. Up until recently, Anne Frank was not found in Japan. Okay, so late 1700s, chocolate enters the country. But it wasn't like, oh boy, let's all have little Dutch chocolate. It was so rare in Japan at this time that it was only for rich people. And even at that, it was only used as like it was like a medicinal thing. This is good for you. You weren't eating it for pleasure. You would eat it for your health.
I got my arm chopped off. I better eat a bunch of
Yeah.
Snickers.
I had an accidental seppuku. I got to eat some chocolate.
I just leaned too far forward in the kitchen and seppuku.
So then as Japan entered its titular Meiji era, which was their era of 1868 to 1912 was the Meiji era of Japan. The country and culture opened up more to the world, and while chocolate became more common around Japan, it was still a luxury and not an everyday thing. Then after World War I, Japan had sided with the good guys and coming out the victor now had a higher station on the world stage alongside the fellow allies and was now even more open to non-traditional Japanese food and culture. So they were like, hey, we're on the top with Britain and Italy? Maybe? And then we're going to go crazy. So this, among other things, meant chocolate and dairy was entering Japanese mainstream culture post-World War I, the first one. This led to a rise in the popularity of chocolate in Japan in the 1920s, which meant a rise in the demand. But at the time, nobody in the country had the equipment to mass produce chocolate to meet the demand for chocolate.
Yeah.
I think you can guess who stepped in to fill this void. But before that, we have to take a step back and to the right, if you're looking on a map, to the constantly put upon Taiwan. At the time, Taiwan was under Japanese dominion, and their reason for not letting them become independent, one of many countries' reasons for not letting them become independent. Come at me, China. Please don't come at me, China.
Sorry, China.
Because, I forgot. We're brought to you by the
giant balloon that was shot down over Montana.
That was actually an advertisement for us that went wrong. Japan didn't want to let go of Taiwan because they grew sugar there, and that's where Japan got all of its sugar.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't want to lose their sugar. One owner of a sugar refinery was a Japanese man named Hanji Soma, and his company was called the Tokyo Confectionery Company, but in Japanese. His goal from the beginning was to contribute to our nation's people through nutrition, sugar.
With sugar. Hey,
Nice.
that's what
He's got the right idea.
yeah, guy after my own heart.
It's on the food pyramid, or in Japan, the food pagoda. They had been around since 1906, this company, but at a certain point early on, they changed their name to the Meiji Sugar Manufacturing Company, but in Japanese.
I feel like we're going to get a lot of that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a running joke. As the rise in Western delights that we talked about started happening, the Meiji company started focusing on importing Western confectionaries and dairy goods to meet the demands inside of Japan, since there weren't any companies mass producing these things at home, like we said. Then in 1916, they rebranded as the Meiji Saika Company, but in Japanese, and started producing Western tinged treats of their own, starting with cookies and caramels, and then moving on to soft drinks and snack foods in general. And that takes us back to the 1920s when demand for chocolate was rising in Japan. Nobody had the equipment to keep up with demand. Importing stuff was expensive for Meiji, but import a chocolate fish, you'll sell chocolate fish for a day. But if you import a chocolate fish making machine, then you've got a stranglehold on the chocolate industry in Japan forever.
They call it a monopoly.
So that's what Meiji did. They imported industrial chocolate making equipment from Germany, along with German chocolate makers, humans,
Wow.
to teach them how to do it. And on September 13th, 1926, the Meiji milk chocolate bar that you see right here was released. This is the first one.
Whoa.
Not yours, mine. The Meiji milk chocolate bar was released. That's the one I have. The milk chocolate is the standard. That's the original kind.
Wow.
Since the beginning, they came with this same brown and gold color scheme that you see here.
Oh, beautiful.
And and up until the 40s, each bar had a card with a different kanji character on it. And if you collected 5 different characters, you could redeem them for a free chocolate bar.
Oh, wow.
If you got, but it sounds like it was kind of like with the McDonald's Monopoly thing. It's like, if I could just get Park Place, I'll have $40 million.
Yeah.
I just need Park Place, but like there is no Park Place. So that's kind of how it was. And why did this campaign end in the 40s, you ask? Well, that's when another campaign began. World War II one, when kanji characters had to be melted down into bullets, and production of all Meiji chocolate stopped from 1942 to 1951. No Meiji chocolate. 9 years without it.
War is hell.
And also the horrors and aftermath of World War II. When they started production again, they changed their wrapper colors to red, which you have, Greg, to convey luck and positivity, but then they switched back to brown in 1958.
Japan will never surrender.
But the high milk that you have, that still goes in the red wrapper. And that's kind of their story through to today. They aim to be as sustainably made as possible. They work with the government of Ghana, which is where they get their cacao.
Wow, okay.
In 2021, they became the first Japanese company to join the International Cocoa Initiative to eliminate child and forced labor in regions where cacao is produced. They use ethically sourced palm oil. They use eco-friendly paper in the packaging. And aside from their high standards from an ethical standpoint, they have some of the most rigorous and methodical standards for chocolate bars on par. Like, it's like, I saw a video. It's not like you're walking into it's like you're walking into a medical lab. Like, there's people in suits. They have gloves and stuff's like behind
It's like the part of Willy Wonka where Mike TV gets shrunk down.
Yeah, it's a different part of Willy Wonka. It's not the forest. It's the medical lab.
It's a medical lab.
Which, by the way, Meiji Saika Kaisha is how they're now known, which is in Japanese.
But in English.
And they also make, in addition to chocolate, they produce medicine and vaccines.
Oh,
like it's one of the, like you were saying, it's one of those companies that just kind of makes everything.
Yeah.
So you can get a flu vaccine, Meiji chocolate flavored.
Is this prescription, this candy?
Yeah.
Oh, Is Bill Gates trying to control us with these Meiji chocolates?
How many milligrams is this chocolate? How many can I take a day after with a meal?
Instead of this, can I take like a ivermectin Hershey bar or something? So these high standards and attention to quality is why Meiji is the top Japanese made chocolate in Japan. Now, let's see if it tastes better than a dirty old Hershey bar. So, so we are first going to try the milk chocolate, the standard.
Okay.
So it's a really nice cover. You wouldn't think brown on like goldish brown would work.
Oh, no, I think that works perfectly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I have a bad taste.
I mean, I have a better idea of color schemes than you do.
It gives me a vintage 70s vibe.
Yeah, it's giving. It has 95 on it, which I guess is it's all in Japanese except for Meiji milk chocolate, but I'm guessing it's saying this is the 95th anniversary. And it has on the back, like, I don't know what, like origami things you can do with the wrapper. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to open this one. It slides out of the paper part really easily, which it kept doing before I wanted that to happen. So I'm going to cut this one up and give you guys some after I open it.
That's so giving of you.
Yeah, I'm giving. I'm giving you chocolate.
Yeah, I'm giving generosity.
Okay, so it's just different squares that all say Meiji.
Hey, don't smell my chocolate.
Yeah.
It tastes really good. I tasted all the chocolate.
It's a pretty good suppository, too. Did you mean to cut it with a samurai sword? I mean, like, I know it's a Japanese candy, but you didn't go that hard.
I brought it special for this. Okay, so this is the milk chocolate, as you now have. You see Meiji all over it. It smells pretty good, but it kind of smells like how a Hershey bar, like it's just milk chocolate.
Yeah.
Totally.
But they maintain, I don't think I've had these, but they maintain that it's such a high standard of milk chocolate that like only the finest will do. It's very smooth. It's very sleek and glossy. You know, compared to the Sweethearts, these Meiji are beautiful.
Yeah.
The lettering and the rectangles, very Japanese, very beautiful. Are we ready to try this?
Dude. Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh, that's weird.
I got like an egginess.
Yeah. There's almost like a synthetic quality to it.
Whoa. To me, it was fruity at first, and then it got kind of eggy.
I'm feeling the fruity now.
That was not at all what I was expecting. A much stronger, more like Ghirardelli kind of. That was weird. Yeah, that was like, this is a very mild chocolate.
The sleek bottom is really off-putting.
The way it melts.
Yeah.
It's very plastic-y.
Yeah.
I'm not digging this.
Yeah, that was really it feels like I'm eating like a piece of plastic. Yeah.
Now I'm getting like cranberry notes.
Yeah.
There's like no aftertaste at all. Like it's almost not even chocolatey.
No.
It's bitter. Like it's not sweet.
It's leaning more towards a dark chocolate.
Yeah.
It's kind of that complexity.
It's like dark milk chocolate. Okay, wait till you hear the percentage of the dark chocolate on the black when we get to it.
It's like vibrating.
Read the Japanese and tell me what it says. I mean, if this is what the milk chocolate is, I don't know if we're going to be able to handle the black chocolate. That was, I didn't like that.
No, I've never had anything like that before.
Yeah. Because even like the precision made candies in America still have a little bit, I don't know how to put it, but like that just tasted like it was done in a lab. like a piece of plastic done in a lab.
Also, this is kind of gross, but my mouth really smells after that. I don't know about you. Okay, I guess it's just me.
I don't know. Let's make out and find out.
I mean, how often do you guys brush? Like once, twice a month? Yeah, that. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a claim that I always make that maybe sounds offensive, but it isn't. I'm not a fan of
racist.
Most Asian desserts.
I couldn't even tell you most Asian desserts. So
think something like
not candies. There's some things that are sweets.
For me, it kind of goes with candy because I will give that Japan does good like gummy and stuff like that, but I'm not that into it. But like their chocolate, like I said, it wasn't I mean, it's been 100 years or 95 years according to this wrapper, but sweet is a different value. Like the sweetness of things is valued differently in Japan. So like desserts are a lot of times in China have like meat in them and sweetness.
Right.
And like I'm not think like I don't like. Have you ever been to one of those like Korean bakeries that do?
Oh yeah. Kind of like maybe like a pork bun.
Yeah, that's like a lot of things have meat floss in it. That's like more Chinese, but Asian desserts tend to not be sweet enough for me, or the kind of sweetness like a mango sticky rice. That's pretty sweet, but I don't like that because it's still like savory.
Okay.
So this kind of plays into that racism of mine, but this is almost like a more savory chocolate.
It was definitely complex, and it was savory, fruity.
Yeah.
How do you mean that the smoothness throws you off? What do you mean by that?
Because it's so smooth. It just tastes like I have a piece of a plastic thing in my mouth. Like
it
it doesn't feel like food that I should be eating.
Yeah.
It's like so flat and produced, I guess. I don't know how else I'm trying to say it, but it just feels like I have a piece of plastic in my mouth, like something I shouldn't, like a pen cap or something.
Yeah.
Like it feels like something that's just assembly
Maybe
line.
I got it mixed up.
Yeah.
It definitely felt synthetic.
Yes.
And the rate at which it melted, it was weird.
You know, maybe the lab made it's missing sort of a loving homemade sort of
that's
thing.
what that's what my appeal for the Google cluster, not the whole appeal, but
as if these other candies aren't made in a cold, lifeless factory.
Exactly,
but
yeah.
like this feels lab made.
yeah, a Google cluster. Our three of us, if we analyzed it, didn't look the same. There's like a homemade, like Larry put them together in the thing. That somehow matters.
This Meiji bar assembled by 114311. There's a bitterness that I'm not liking about this.
Yeah.
I don't. Let's try the high milk.
Okay.
So this was the standard milk chocolate one.
This is standard milk chocolate.
Okay.
Now, I assume high milk. Also, that's another thing with this Meiji. Like, I couldn't find too much information about it because there's not that much information in English about this company.
right,
Like, you'll
yeah.
look at the Wikipedia. Not that I use research from Wikipedia, but I don't. You'll look at the English page for Meiji, and it's like 2 paragraphs, and then you switch to the Japanese page, and it's like scrolling.
Right.
So there's just not that much information. So I couldn't even find out what a high milk chocolate means.
Right.
I assume it just means even milkier than what we just ate.
High content of milk.
Yeah,
I guess so. But like, why in English? I don't know.
I'm already like my lactose
I
intolerance
know.
is about to like.
Get ready for more milk, Greg.
Yeah, the bathroom's directly behind me,
Good thing.
so yeah, I'll take the mic with me.
So this is the red cover high milk.
Okay.
I'll open this one and slice it up.
There's something golden ticket in here.
It looks, it's definitely lighter. It's a little lighter in color. Listen to that fine eco-friendly,
Oh yeah, it is.
eco-friendly
Much lighter.
foil. And for your ASMR
They use that
needs.
on spaceships.
Yeah, this is what the Japanese survey balloons are made of. Yeah, it's a little lighter in color than the regular.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we all have. So it's if you'll well, you didn't have any left, Greg, but
Yeah,
I saw
it's-
that you, Beto, did not finish your milk. It's a lighter color.
Good smell to it.
Really good. Yeah.
It looks exactly the same, other than the color.
Yep.
Smells good. I mean, but the other one smelled good too.
It did. I think this is more akin to milk chocolate we're used to, but let's find
Maybe.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. Nope.
It tastes like something I'm familiar with.
It's a little more akin, but it kind of tastes caramelly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost caramel mixed into it, but it's still got a bitterness.
Not as much, but it's still there.
I think what the biggest problem here is it's not that sweet.
Yeah.
It's not that sweet. This one has way better melting properties
Yeah,
than
well,
the first one.
It's high milk.
Tastes like Easter chocolate. Like
Yes,
little
yeah,
eggs.
the hollow bunny.
Yeah, the hollow bunny. It tastes like that. It tastes like a hollow
It
bunny.
tastes kind of like cheap chocolate.
Yeah, like cheap chocolate. My favorite Cheap Trick cover band.
Yeah,
So much for tapping into the Japanese market.
the Chinese market's gonna love this though. I don't know. I like. Okay, so wait till you hear what the black is. So when we did the Ghirardelli, the dark one was, I believe, 60% dark.
Yeah, 60%. Yep.
Meiji Black is 86%
Oh my god.
dark chocolate. This is borderline baker's chocolate.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it for eating?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in Japanese on this label. I don't know.
Just for baking.
In big letters. Do not consume.
This is exclusively for baking and origami purposes. Okay, so this is the black label. Oh, that's black.
I still have some left so I can compare.
Yeah. Yeah, it listen to that. It snapped
Wow.
like the other ones I could slice through. This one snapped apart.
That is darker. It's not like insanely darker, but it is darker.
Yeah, it's not like for something called Meiji Black, I would expect like Vanta Black. Like,
Yeah.
They kind of all smell the same.
Yeah, they do. And this one has maybe a little bit more of the dark chocolate smell, but
Yeah.
not far enough for me to distinguish. Like I wouldn't be able to do a smell test.
This one almost smells like it has alcohol in it a little bit, don't you think?
I gotta go driving right now.
I don't know. All right, let's see. 86% dark chocolate.
Meiji
Let's see.
Black.
Let's go.
Meiji Black.
This one. Okay.
Yep.
Good little,
That's a dark chocolate.
the best among them.
Yes.
I agree.
100%.
I wonder if the percentages are different in Japanese chocolates, because like this does not taste as dark as even a 60% Ghirardelli, but it certainly tastes more like chocolate, like sweeter chocolate.
Sweeter chocolate.
How could the darker be sweeter?
I don't know.
I want this with something cold, like cold vanilla ice cream, which I can't have. Paired with this, I think the two would taste really good. This is almost like the chocolate that I associate with mint for some reason.
Yeah.
I think this is not meant to be eaten on its own. This should be with a ice cream or a mint or something.
It tastes like chocolate chips.
It does, yeah.
Maybe that's the 86% because that's getting more into like baker or like bittersweet, semi-bittersweet.
Yeah, it tastes like chocolate
It's
chips.
a good bitter, though. It's a really solid bitter.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I still am not behind the melting properties.
No.
It's still kind of waxy. Yeah.
It still suffers from the same problems as the other ones, but this was the best of them.
The more it's sitting in my mouth, the drier and the bitterness comes through, which I'm liking more than the plastic aftertaste of the other ones. That was definitely the best of them all. I can't say it was good of them all.
It was decent.
Yeah,
I'll give it a decent.
Yeah, it was decent.
It was decent. I mean,
if we had started with that and only ate that, my opinion of Meiji would have been
absolutely agree
vastly
with you.
different than it is.
We're going to have to do, once we try Cadbury Dairy Milks, we're going to have to do a global roundup between Hershey. Oh, we'll have to do Hershey
Can we call it a world war?
Axis versus Allies. We're going to have to try a German chocolate. We're going to have to try an Italian chocolate. We're going to have to try a Australian chocolate.
We'll try American chocolate last since it took them so long.
In the end, they'll come and be the best. I'll say where I got mine. So I picked these up for us. The milk and the high milk were from Mitsuwa Market, which there's one in Northridge over here, Northridge, California.
Yeah.
They were just under $2, and then got the black was at Daiso for $2.
Okay.
That's not bad for imported.
Yeah.
For imported, yeah, that's pretty good. Like considering the Goo Goo cluster, which we did so long ago, was imported from Nashville and was still $2.
Yeah.
Slightly above your average American candy bar price, but not by that much. Yeah, that's where I got those. You won't find these at your average store.
No, I've never seen them.
No, me neither.
So let's write down what we would give these out of 5 cavities. 0 to 5 cavities, 5 being the best.
Separating them or as a group?
We gotta group it.
Let's group it, and well, obviously we know which ones was our favorite, but let's do it as a group. Okay, I've got mine locked in. So we'll start with you, Greg.
Okay.
What would you give Meiji chocolate?
Oh boy.
Milk, high milk, black.
I think the black really saved it. But as far as my opinion goes, saved it from being a 1.
Yeah.
I'd give it like a 2, maybe, just because I can see people enjoying this. It is chocolate. It is meticulously made.
You got to give it up for the craftsmanship.
Sheer craftsmanship.
You can taste the craftsmanship, which is why it tastes bad.
I did enjoy the black one a lot. It was sweeter. It tasted like chocolate chips. The feel of it is still kind of a weird thing where I feel like I'm not supposed to be eating it. Like it feels like I'm eating a piece of plastic or something. It feels like lab made, I guess is the term, as opposed to homemade. It feels like really processed and stuff. Yeah, and the taste, I mean, like even the black one, as sweet as it tasted, is only in comparison to probably like an average Hershey. A Hershey is so much more enjoyable. And it's got that folksy quality to it. Yeah, so I think as a whole, I'd give them a 2.
2.
Wow. So the aesthetic is amazing.
Yeah.
The quality control on these things in terms of the shape and the size and how they look, really good, but just not into that taste.
Yeah.
It could just be an acquired taste. It could be our Western palate.
sensibilities.
Yeah, that throw us off.
Because we all agree we hate Asian dessert.
It's an okay chocolate. To me, this reminds me of like cheap American chocolate that you get
like Russell Stover.
Yeah, just like a throwaway kind of chocolate.
Yeah, I want to get chocolate for the office, but I don't want to spend too much money.
Exactly. But I will say the flavor is way more complex than those.
Yeah.
It's just the texture and the waxiness really comes over in these chocolates. So maybe it's an acquired taste. I'm giving it a 1 out of 5.
Cool.
I wonder if how British people here eating Hershey feel like we eating Meiji how they feel of like,
Right.
this isn't real chocolate. It's got to be
Yeah.
this sweet.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's that sort if it's just
Probably.
like moving west or east, depending on
What
the
direction.
way you look at
Yeah.
it. It's just like, we want more sugar, more sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
But-
we're so blown out with sugar all the
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
I can't appreciate this fine Meiji chocolate.
You're not cultured enough to appreciate a Meiji.
It tasted bitter. Like it was all bitter. I don't know how the black one was somehow sweeter and the best of. I mean, I like dark chocolate, but it was somehow the sweetest of all of them.
And it shouldn't have been.
They look great. I appreciate the craftsmanship and their commitment to the environment and
Yeah,
ethics.
that's great.
But I give it a 1.15.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I would never sit down and eat a Meiji chocolate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially not over a good old American Hershey bar. I was really expecting great things from this.
Yeah, I wanted to be blown away, and I was expecting that.
Maybe we are expecting too much. Like you don't go to Japan and be like, why isn't there good pizza in Japan?
Right,
Like we should be having traditional, a Japanese, like mochi or something, like a
Yeah.
really good mochi and be like, this is the best mochi you can do. Not just this is the best Japanese approximation of American or Dutch
That's true.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Maybe we're being unfair to the
Sure.
Japanese people.
Sure. I told all my Japanese friends, like, I'm having a Meiji today, and I bet I'm going to love it. I've seen the wrapper, and now I have to go, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I've got bad news.
It's about Meiji.
So would you be excited to get this on Halloween, Greg?
No.
No, I won't. I won't spoil my answer.
But no, I wouldn't be excited. I would accept it as an act of generosity. Thank you for giving me chocolate. All I did was walk into your yard and scream. So thank you for giving me chocolate. But I wouldn't be crazy about this. The dark one, maybe I would enjoy the way I enjoy eating chocolate chips. But I wouldn't. This wouldn't be like, oh boy, I gotta eat it right now. It'd be like, there's only like that and Smarties left. I'll have a Meiji.
Okay, now you're going out of your way to be cruel to say that you wouldn't even eat a Smarties over a Meiji. What about you?
I mean, it'd be kind of like, novel to get them. If it was me before knowing what they were, I'd be enticed and I'd be like, whoa, what is this?
Origami candy.
What's going on?
I mean, that you can't discount how cool it is that they teach you origami with
absolutely.
or what you could do.
But me now in the present, nah. That's a trade away candy for sure.
I'll trade it to my Japanese friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not be excited to get any of these on Halloween.
Yeah.
Like the black one could be good for baking, but like the milk and the high milk, like it's, and I don't use this term lightly, good for nothing. Like it's not, like there's nothing good about it. Like it doesn't
hit that spot.
No, it's like a fake, it's like eating carob almost. Like it's a fake approximation of chocolate.
Yeah, it's so far removed from what I think of chocolate that it just turns me off.
I'm with
I
you.
don't know. I'm very disappointed. Again, I've brought in a candy that has disappointed all of us.
Yeah, well.
The most disappointing candy of all was me.
You know what? This is kind of like the sports bean scenario.
Right.
It's cool that it exists and it gives chocolate lovers variety. It's just not for us.
It's giving variety. The best part of Meiji is their packaging. Like that, if we were going to rate the packaging, this is beautiful. Like simple and elegant. It's very nice looking. Like compared to a Hershey wrapper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's just they slapped something together.
This looks great, but looks aren't just on the outside, are they? I mean, it looks great on the inside
Why'd
too.
you look at me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right, Greg?
When I talk about things that look bad,
I instinctively look around the room for you.
I find
to be here somewhere.
Find the least good-looking thing around. Okay, so before our game, we got a plug pre-game. We ask every episode.
Pre-game
we got a
plug.
pre-game. Sounds pre-game. Yeah, everybody want to do Meiji shots?
Yeah.
So we've got one thing to ask of all of you each episode to do. This time, how about you follow us on TikTok?
Oh wow.
At Candy is Dandy Pod on TikTok. We put all of our candy autopsies on there, and they're a lot of fun. And we'd like to have more followers on there. So follow us on TikTok. We're there. You'll see these. And we might start putting videos of us taking our first bites into these things. You can see the tears rolling down our eyes silently that you don't get on the audio feed.
We'll redo the spicy jelly beans again.
Yeah.
With on our faces this time.
And this time, we'll make sure Beto has eaten a lot of clams before we do this.
I'll slap a GoPro to my chest.
One on the chest, one on that. We'll have one camera in the trash can as well.
Facing up.
We'll get it from every angle.
Greg's on the cry cam right now. Let's tune in with Greg just sobbing, mascara running down my face.
And me, I've got the flex cam going, and I'm just, I can take it all. I'm so buff, man.
Tommy Bahama shirt.
Yeah. Okay, so now we've got our game.
Okay.
So this is another new game. This game is called guess that slogan.
Oh my god.
So Melissa wrote down the slogans of different candies, and we're going to guess which one goes to which. So it's going to be a list of candies, a list of slogans. We got to guess which one's which. They're on 2 different papers.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Thank you to our
Thank
sister
you.
wife, Melissa.
And I'm guessing these are like super obscure.
Yeah, it's gonna be like well, this candy hasn't been around since 1903.
I kept saying to her, like, do one easy one, like, give me a break. And she's like, that's so insulting. Like, like, why? Like, people are going to understand the game. Why? Okay, here's the candies we're dealing with. We'll have to guess which one's which.
Okay.
So we're dealing with Twizzlers, York Peppermint Patty, Hershey's Chocolate, Toffifee,
Huh?
M&M's. Yeah, that's the Toffifee slogan. Huh? So Toffifee, M&M's, and Certs, which I'm going to give that one a huh.
Yeah, that's.
Is that a mint?
That's
Is
a
Cert-
medicine. What's the first one?
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. Okay.
Okay, so you ready for these slogans? If he kissed you once, will he kiss you again? I think I know
Oh
which
yeah,
one
that
that
Yeah.
was easy.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
Okay.
Okay, so she did give one easy one. She put up a big
That
fight.
one hurts.
But you know what? I'm always right. The next one, get the sensation.
Oh, wait a minute. That just threw me off.
A palatable confection and a most nourishing food. What?
Okay.
Okay.
Ah, yeah, that's.
And then we've got it's too good for kids.
Okay.
And then we've got makes mouths happy.
Oh yeah. Okay. I got
Oh, okay.
it now. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
all makes sense now.
I'm there now.
I've got a few that by a process of elimination, I had to put these ones because I felt like I knew the other ones. And once those ones are there, like, that doesn't make sense. Like, this melt in your mouth, not in your hands can't be Toffifee.
I'm so confident with all my.
I
Are
know.
you?
Yeah,
Me
I'm
too.
like so confident.
All right, let's see how many people are wrong here.
Okay.
Okay, so, all right, let's get the answers. Okay, so for Twizzlers, the slogan is makes mouths happy.
Oh.
I got that one.
Correct.
Twizzlers makes mouths happy.
Got it.
We all got that one.
No. We did not.
Okay, well, all of the best players here got
Okay.
that one. The next one, get the sensation. That is York Peppermint Patty.
Damn.
I got that one wrong. That was one of the process of elimination.
Really?
ones
You don't
that
remember
I
the
got.
commercials?
No, I don't remember
Yeah.
the commercials. Do you?
Man, I do. That's how I know this.
Okay, so the next one, a palatable confection and a most nourishing food.
This one was confusing.
That is Hershey's.
Yeah.
Really?
Because it sounds old.
I have never heard that phrase of words in my life. I put that as
Yeah.
York Peppermint Patty because I was confused.
I chose certs, whatever those are.
I think certs are
They're
mints,
mints.
right?
Yeah. Search our mints.
So the next one, it's too good for kids. That is Toffifee.
Okay.
Got it.
I got that one because I know that that's an old candy, and they're like, you know what? You don't deserve our Toffifee.
Yeah.
Is Toffifee?
It has to be toffee, right?
It's
Yeah,
like a
toffee.
caramel or toffee caramel.
I don't know.
sort of
I
thing.
assumed it was toffee.
Yeah, have you ever had a Toffifee? I've never had
No.
it, but it's a very old.
That's not the one with the little turtle on it, right?
Maybe there's a turtle,
Yeah.
or it might just be an old person that looks like a turtle. It's too good for kids. So the next one, melt in your mouth, not in your hands. That is M&M's, of course.
Yes.
And then the final one, if he kissed you once, will he kiss you again? That is Certs.
I was so confident because Hershey's Kisses.
Oh, but that wouldn't be for Hershey's overall. They wouldn't be like, oh, you want to kiss our symphony bar? Like, no.
I thought that one was your peppermint patty.
no one wants to even eat it. Why would they kiss it?
I got 3 right, 3 wrong.
I got the Certs one right. How many did I get? I got
I got 4 out of 6.
4. Yeah, I got 4.
All right. Well,
The old nourishing one.
Yeah.
it's an old candy with an old slogan. Like it's the kind of thing like the slogan is like a sentence of why it's good for you.
Yeah.
Made from real cows. You're like, great. Super duper, guys.
Well, that's our episode on Meiji chocolates. We took a trip to the east, the far east. That was our first Asian candy, right?
I believe
that is correct.
Yeah, we've done Europe, we've done America. We have yet to done Latin America and
Yeah.
Africa. We haven't done Africa yet,
We're
although all
very
chocolate's kind of
Eurocentric.
Yeah, look at us.
We're part of the problem. Damn.
How about we decolonize this podcast? Yeah, so Meiji, I don't know.
Maybe-
Stick to the vaccines.
They make good panda thingies.
Yeah, you're right.
The koala yum, or the panda. Koala
yummies.
Yummies or March of Pandas? What is it?
Yeah, that's
Hello
it.
Panda. Hello Panda.
Hello, panda.
Hello Panda.
Panda.
That's Meiji's version of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So that's been our episode. That's it. That's all I've got to
See
say.
you next time.
Have a wonderful day in Japanese.
Hope you get some more sugary chocolate in Japanese.
Thank you for the vaccine in Japanese.
Sayonara in English.
In Dutch.
Are we anti-vaxxers because we don't like this chocolate?
Oh my God. We're anti-flu vaccine. We love all other vaccines.